I signed up for debate because my mom always told me that I was a good arguer, so I figured I might as well get a grade for it. Actually, next year I'm planning on studying communications, so debate's a nice foundation for that.
I'm good at writing, and I've always been good at writing, but I wanted to see how I could do with creative writing, with writing what I wanted to write, writing my ideas, expressing my thoughts, as opposed to just analyzing a book.
I knew since I started high school probably that I wanted to go into journalism. I had always loved writing, so I knew it was something that I was always interested in doing, but I took it sort of as a test because since I'm in my senior year, I kind of wanted to get an idea of what major I wanted to pursue in college. So journalism was the one I came upon, so this was sort of a test for me to make sure that this is the field I wanted to go into once I got into college.
I grew up and took religious education, but I read the Bible just at my church, and I really wanted to read the Bible and look at it from a different perspective to see what kind of new things I could learn. And I heard it was a really fun class from other people who had taken it, and so I took their advice and took it.
I signed up for college prep because I just really wanted to better my writing skills. I knew that it was going to be big in college and figured, what the heck.
Well, the reason why I took those classes, I knew my brother had taken it before, so he already had a little bit of experience in sci-fi, and he told me it was really fun. They got a little more freedom to write things and a little more interesting reads and stuff. And ever since I was younger, I've always been really interested in like writing about fantasy, sci-fi, that kind of stuff, the stuff that's really not real now, but maybe down the road.
I signed up for this class last year because I took AP Language last year, and this was a track I was on this year, and I wanted to take the AP test for college credit, and I enjoy reading, so I thought this class was best for me.
I get really nervous when it comes to public speaking, and so it was a difficult class for me, but it was easy at the same time because you become friends with everyone in the class to the point where it's not hard. We have such a small class too, where it's easy to get up and speak in front of everyone.
The most memorable assignment for creative writing was definitely the broadcasting your poetry. And this assignment was one where you had to write a poem and then broadcast it to 20 people, I want to say. And people did all different sorts of things. People wrote their poems on cars, or what I did personally, I wrote it on a big poster board and put it in the middle of the mall and took pictures of people stopping to read it. And that was another kind of terrifying thing, except for this one was a little bit more anonymous. But that was definitely the most memorable, and it was funny to see people's reactions, and some people just walked right past, but it was an interesting one. Most memorable for sure.
We're also doing this project. You have multiple people reading the same book in the class, and so all of you to come together and do this project. You do a PowerPoint explaining the book and the premise of the sci-fi element of the book and how that ties into real life and how realistic it is and stuff like that. And so we just got that assignment, and I'm actually really excited for it.
My favorite memory from Drops of Ink was probably first seeing my article published, my first article. That was just really cool because I spent a lot of time on the article, and just seeing it in print, in an actual publication, was just really rewarding and really cool to see.
A 4-year-long project.
Semester.
Well,
semester.
It depends. And what you had to do is read a book and do a report and PowerPoint and yeah.
That's your British accent?
No, it was really bad.
Yeah.
Those are hard words to get a British accent though.
Yeah,
those are hard words. I couldn't do that one. There's always the classic where we reenact something from a book. So from Grendel, we reenacted the fight scene. It was spectacular. We had foam swords and everything. It was good.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. Probably the acting was the best part, just because it got the whole class involved, and then it was just a good time overall.
Favorite memory would probably have to be all the special occasion speeches, just because a lot of people did eulogies, and you do those for famous people. I did mine on Charlie Sheen, and I made him die of natural causes, which is something you wouldn't even expect from him. So that was a lot of fun.
We had this one, kind of the one big project that we do where we all take a hero from the Bible and we like teach a lesson about it, and like my group made a video and we taught a really cool lesson. It was just really fun, and it was fun to be in front of the class teaching everybody, and the videos that everyone showed were like really funny, so it was really fun.
The book Crime and Punishment is about a man in Russia and kind of like the power play and his descent into madness, and so we had to do a hierarchy of power in the book and relate it to something else. So I did it based on the McDonald's organization. So I had everything from the CEO of McDonald's down to the toilet cleaner. And that was challenging because it's tough to take characters in a book and put them to the outside world, but it really helped me understand the book better.
I enjoyed just the variety of stuff we did. I mean, we did everything. We did movie reviews, we did argumentative, we did slideshow, we did movie presentations. It was really just, I thought it was just gonna be writing the whole time, but it really was just everything to do with literature and with language arts, and it was just really broad and open kind of class, and it was enjoyable.
Probably the Lincoln Douglas debate. That was a lot of fun. It was just very formal, and I was debating on the topic of legalizing marijuana, and I was the only person in a room full of seniors. As a sophomore, I was the only one who opposed the legalization of marijuana.
I'll be honest, I did not expect it to be this fun.
I would definitely say that. I went into it with a good attitude, and it was definitely, like, I looked forward to going to that class every day. Like, I was like, yes, British literature, boom.
Yeah,
and it was 8th period, so it was like, finish the day off strong.
I'll agree with that one.
I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it. It's really been one of my favorite classes that I've taken in all of high school. I enjoyed the teacher, the working environment, the books we read, just all the class discussions were really fun for me, and I think it's because my teacher was so relatable to me. She kind of was like a teenager, but she was an adult, so it was a lot of fun.
I was surprised by the small amount of homework we had, and also the lack of busy work. Everything we did in class had a purpose, and usually our homework consisted of a worksheet that we didn't finish in class, or reading for the next day, or working on a project that would be due the next week. We had pretty few papers, which was surprising, but overall it wasn't too much.
What surprised me the most was how professional it is. You're not just going into this class and it's not really like this sort of blow-off class where, oh, I'm going to grade, a couple of paragraphs for something. Like, you're actually doing the work that I think a lot of kids in college and a lot of actual real-life journalists do. So I think that's kind of rare today in terms of electives through school. So it was really cool. Like, we're actually doing things that you would be doing in real life.
What surprised me about this class was how laid back it was. A lot of days we would just sit there and kind of talk about the speeches instead of doing a whole lot of work, which is kind of nice. And we just moved from one speech right into the other. I hated public speaking. I hate getting up in front of people and talking. And you get a lot more comfortable with it. It becomes a lot easier to speak and stand up in front of people.
Debate about something that is important to you and relevant to you. That makes the class more fun. You'll take it more seriously. You'll probably end up doing better on your debates and getting better grades if it's something that you enjoy. So.
I enjoyed the workload of college prep. It wasn't that much, but yet I still felt like I got a lot of experience and I got a lot out of the class, but not too much homework and not too much stress.
If you're looking for like an entertaining class and you're ready to do just a little bit of homework, maybe just add on, as I said, less than 30 minutes every night, and you love reading. I mean, that is the class for you.
Well, he ponders. I think you just need to come into this class with a positive attitude, and if you don't have the positive attitude, you're obviously not going to enjoy it, just like any other class. So yeah. I think that's the biggest thing.
Positive attitude, because I know a lot of kids were going into that, and they were looking for a certain teacher, but they got a different one. They're like, oh, great, it's going to be terrible. No, you got to have a positive attitude, and with that positive attitude, you have to have a good work ethic, and then the class will be a breeze and a lot of fun.
Make sure you keep up on the reading. The reading, it will back up, and make sure you do all your homework. She makes homework worth a lot of points, and if you do your homework, you can get an A in class.
Some advice I have for students who are going into that class is to definitely make sure you read whatever she assigns you, unless she says it's optional. Most likely, she'll assign you some short stories or something like that you need to read, which then she'll give you a pop quiz, or you talk about in class, or you fill out a worksheet or something like that, and which definitely can affect your grade if you do not do that.
I would say the biggest challenge coming into creative writing is learning how to share your writing with others, because that can be super intimidating. And I remember on the first day when Mrs. LeMaistre told us, you're gonna stand up at the front of the class and share your 5-page short story, I was about ready to drop the class. That sounded horrific. But I sat and watched other people do it, and everyone got through it, and then I did it, and then it got to a point where I was the one raising my hand to share my own writing totally voluntarily. So, I mean, that was a great lesson to learn, how to be proud of your writing and how to share it and how to accept criticism.
I would say definitely come in with an open mind, because even if you've read the Bible before, or if you've never read the Bible before, you're definitely going to look at it from a different perspective. And I think you'll enjoy the class and get a lot more out of it if you come in with that open mind. Beyond that though, I'd say definitely do the reading, because there are some reading quizzes, nothing too scary, but if you don't keep up on the reading, you're not going to enjoy class because you can't participate, and then your grade may go down from bad grades on the reading quizzes. So just do the reading and have an open mind, and you'll really enjoy the class and get a lot out of it.
Yeah.
All right.
Crikey.
All right.
All right. Good day, mate.